Yesterday's conspiracy theories, tomorrow's headlines. Most are still asleep and I ain't talking about no bedtime. The truth is not a Google search, you need to get your head right. The Greek goddess of illusion was called Media and I'm not a coincidence theorist, I look for thread lines. Smashing every deadline, no longer smashing red wine. Though I can hear the bells chime, it feels like the end times. That probably should have been smashed on red wine, but the carnal mind is foolish. Obey and end up ghoulish. Don't get used by instinct, take control and learn to use it. Make a load of earnest music, earn a few quid, learn a few tricks. Sure, the truth is persecuted, this whole world is pure abusive. Know a bit about everything and everything about nothing. Figured out my noggin while you picture out shopping. You sit about watching while I dish it out, stop it. I don't mean to sound cocky, I'm not even proud of it. It's a second itch to me just to be this out honest. I don't even need to sound honest, never been about profit. Everything but out on it, you can bet your house on it. Doubt I'll be out for the count when the sounds, and I'm down for the beat, no beat down. I mean, how long's it been? Help me out. I've been the only one who's held me down. All in the mind, hell freeze now. Still sick with it, healthy how? Few bars down and the world freaked out. I don't reach out, I seek out to speak out. I'ma recount the reasons they beat out.
Hello, welcome to the 509 Divine Pods Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Joseph Daniel Pena, and we are on the West Coast. It is Valentine's Day, and, you know, I'm single, but I got this fire-ass episode today, and I'm in love with it, man. This is Cannabis Talk. I'm here with my boy, Brett Anderson from Heart and Soil Seeds Project. Brett Anderson grew up in Texas, raising cannabis in Colorado. He created the Heart and Soil Project to share our passion with hemp, sustainable agriculture, biodiversity, and premium quality products and services with the world. He aims to make a positive impact on the community through grassroots involvements with special intention of cannabis-related causes. We are breeders. He is a breeder and a distributor of high-quality and genetically unique cannabis seeds, providing a quality CBD product with multiple blends of strains and sought out after advisors of the world in production cultivation large and small. In a blend of new age innovation and old world sustainability practices, he is able to achieve top of the market quality and competitive production practices, which equate to the profits made with pride. Hey Brett, that's an amazing intro, and we thank you today. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate you working with my schedule, and yeah, man, let's get it cracking. Let me know what questions you might have or what.
Well, what do you got coming up? What's new? We talked a couple months ago, and
exactly,
things happen quick around here. 1 week we're testing out one thing, and then the next week it just doesn't really work out. So these strains are always up and down, and I know you are checking out new things. What you got for us? I actually heard you got some cool things. You got a new company. You're now working with soil, some fertilizer or something along those lines. Am I correct?
Yeah. So since we talked, we've started a nutrient kind of division of the project. If you've ever heard of Jadam practices, so you can look it up, JADAM, for all you folks at home. You can, it's all the practices are widely available. All the methodology is you can find the recipes for all this stuff yourself. But basically what we're doing is we're using plants to feed plants. So we're extracting, different components from certain plants, preferably plants either on our property or like plants that we've grown, and utilizing them for nutrients to feed back to either cannabis plants or any other plants. So we started that company or that project, and then along with that, we partnered with a company who's got they discovered something in the Colorado mountains called shilajit. So shilajit is typically found in like the Himalaya mountains. And India and stuff like that. And but there's very, very few North American sources. And through my networking, I hooked up with these guys in the San Luis Valley that discovered a Colorado source here in the Rocky Mountains. So I've partnered with them. It's a humic fulvic compound that helps uptake and balance pH and a lot of different things, but basically increases the effectiveness of all other compounds. Like it increases your uptake of nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium, all the minerals. So yeah, that's something that we've been working with, and we were working on partnering with another company that does a lot of Jadam type applications with like water soluble calcium and sulfur and a couple different Jadam wetting agents and things like that. So yeah, we're kind of dabbling in that realm. So there, we could do a whole probably show just on that stuff, but that's a big passion of
Yeah,
mine.
I mean, that's what you're here for. Honestly, that is what I want to hear. That is that new technology that a lot of people are searching out. I know personally in my daily life, like I have people asking me, "Hey, man, so this Miracle Grow, it's pretty bad, right?" And I'm just like, dude, you have no idea, man. You do not want that on your plants. And so they're asking me, what can I add? What is new? And is she legit? That's amazing. You just got this off with the brand of the new year. Right here in 2023, it's perfect timing. Everybody's seeking out agriculture now. We see it all over the news. Like, hey, all these prices are going up, and recreational weed is now common. So people want to grow their own fruits, vegetables, and their own weed with it. This is perfect, man.
Yeah, one thing we're also doing this year is we grew a lot of vegetables last year and the year before, and we harvested the seeds from them. So we're offering fruit and vegetable seeds that we grew as well, along with plant starts at some of the farmers market here locally. So we're really trying to, we do a lot of cannabis stuff. We also want just like food sustainability, food,
and where is this that you're at? You said you're at your local market. Where are you running this?
So the first one is going to be April 1st and 2nd at the San Luis Valley Seed Exchange at Joyful Journey Hot Springs. They have an annual seed exchange, and last year was the first year that we were able to be a part of that as a cannabis company, as cannabis seed company. But they welcomed us with open arms, and we brought a lot of new people and new kind of life, to that organization. And this year we've been welcomed back, and we're going to be there for 2 days this year. And along with all the seeds that we're bringing, we're going to bring cannabis seeds, hemp seeds, along with squash, vegetable, pepper seeds, onion, almost you name it, tons of different types of varieties, including the plant starts, in addition to the nutrients. So we're really trying to tap into like these agricultural communities, and not just cannabis. The cannabis community is everybody, but we really are this year and future years really trying to tap into like the agricultural side, of sustainable agriculture, and the plants feeding plants, utilizing we partnered with a company and a farm out in the San Luis Valley growing organic cannabis, and we took all their waste product and turned it into nutrients. So we have liquid hemp living fertilizer. So we utilize different microbes and things like that to help break down those plant materials into usable plant food that's been broken down enzymatically and digested by different life forms to have a product at the end that your plants can absorb. And it was really done, all by nature, which is the magical part of it. It's really cool.
This is the perfect thing to do. Reach out to your local community. I know I see pictures and stories about over the generations, farmers markets. In some aspect, they kind of died down. I think they're reviving in the last couple of years. But back in the day, there just used to be all the people going to the local markets for fresh food. They would walk around, hang out, tell each other stories, tell each other about the crops, and you'd get a connection. You'd get this society outlook on how everything is from different viewpoints. Someone's adding, hey, yeah, this is what I'm adding with my fertilizer, and I personally appreciate that. That shows that the only way to go ahead and really make a change is through your local community. I mean, we can't just do this alone. We got to go ahead and be out there and spreading our knowledge and bringing people together. I'm sure that you're also inspiring people out there to grow more. They're looking at you like, dude, oh, this guy got it. Okay, yeah, he's inspiring me. And yeah, all from nature. You talk about the Jadam. Let's run into that. What is your process with the Jadam fertilizer?
So Jadam fertilizer starts with it utilizes microbes and indigenous microorganisms. So what you want to do is you in some way collect those indigenous microorganisms. What in Jadam, one of the main things that they use is a microorganism solution. In order to do that, you need a couple different ingredients for a microorganism solution. You need a baked potato, just be a normal russet potato. Some like cheesecloth or like some kind of mesh to put the potato in. It's going to be soaking into the water. A 5-gallon bucket and a third of a cup of sea salt. And I like to dissolve that in hot water and mix it in. But another important component that you really want is clean, non-chlorinated water. So a lot of municipal water supplies have chlorine or chloramine in it, and I'm lucky enough to live in a place. I have my own well, and I have a running spring and stream in my backyard that I collect this water from. But it's very important to have non-chlorinated water. That being said, so you take the the salt in the bottom. You fill up the 5-gallon bucket with non-chlorinated water. You soak. You take the baked potato, you break it up, mash it up, and put it in that mesh, and then you hang the mesh in the water. So it's kind of like a tea, like you're making like a potato tea kind of thing. And you take that and you put it outside in a very clean, natural environment, preferably your garden, underneath your bird feeder, or bird bath, in like the woods somewhere if you have it, and you move it around over like a 3 or 4-day period, and what it does is the microorganisms in the local area will go in and cling to the potato and the starches, and they'll start to colonize. And it's really magical to watch. And what I do also, which isn't necessarily required, but really helps, take some like pond water or stream water, some sort of living water that has amoebas, different types of microorganisms living in there as well. All that stuff goes in the microorganism solution, and then after about 3 or 4 days out in the wild, so to speak, and you want it to be after that. You want it to be at least like 60 degrees, 60 to 75 degrees is perfect. So sometimes in your garage, just depending on if it's outside, it's fine, but you don't want it in the direct light because you don't want the sun beating on it. And you can also put like a cover over it, but you leave it for 7 to 10 days, and then that microorganism solution, you'll see after you take the top off or you look at it, there'll be like a film on top that's just living, and you want to stir all that up. And then after you have that, you have this microorganism solution. So starting with that, you can make any type of Jadam liquid fertilizer. So they call it JLF. So like say hemp, for example, you take hemp stalks or leaves or whatever, and you break it up as much as you can. You shove it in a 5-gallon bucket, maybe half full or 3/4 full with plant material. You take maybe, I don't know, like a cup, at least a cup or two of that microorganism solution. Put it in there. You do the salt again. So you do like a third of a cup of salt in there. It helps balance your microbes, and then you take clean, non-chlorinated water. I have well water. Put that in there along with some living water if you have it. Let that just go for 7 to 10 days. After 7 to 10 days, you have a living liquid fertilizer made from hemp. Or I've done squash or pumpkin, or you can do them all together, but I do a bunch of individual ones. And then I make combinations of all-purpose, veg mixes, bloom mixes. We've harnessed the power of the cattails on our property, the horsetail on our property, a bunch of these things. But we've gone in a lot of different directions, but you can make all this stuff yourself at home if you are interested. It is a stinky process, but once you have your microorganism solution and then you have your JLF made for your microorganism solution, you can keep adding water and or other plant matter to that bucket over time, and you can have a regenerative source of living nutrients. So you don't say after you want to say you want to leave it in there for 7 to 10 days and then use the majority of it. So you use 3/4 of the liquid. You take that same bucket, you don't do anything different, you just pour more water on top, and you let it go for another 7 to 10 days, and you can go do that for a year, 2 years, basically until all that plant matter pretty much dissolves and breaks down to nothing. And what I would do is strain that off into like a cheesecloth, some sort of strainer to make sure, and then you feed that at like half an ounce per gallon, half an ounce to like all the way up to 4 ounces per gallon. But it really, it's a cool thing that that you can either do at home or utilize to boost your microorganism content or your bacterial content in your medium. And we're going to be doing a special here next week where we'll outline that in our email, our Instagram and stuff like that. But basically, it's going to be over a certain amount. Over like $100 order gets a free bottle. This is just a 16-ounce bottle, but we're going to be doing 32-ounce bottles as well on the giveaway. So this is, for example, is a veg blend, and this has got pigeon pea and horsetail and hemp and what else?
I've seen you make a few different blends. You can you run down a few of these different blends? That way my viewers know just how easy it is. It just takes a few different ingredients. I know that you can literally use anything, right? Or no?
Yeah. Well, so the blends that I make are from. So I have horsetail that I do all these individually, so in separate buckets. So we have horsetail, we have beet, carrot, cabbage, we have hemp and squash, we have pure hemp, we have watermelon and squash, which is a great like sweetener and finisher for like terpenes and increasing the flower size and flavor. Pure squash, pumpkin one, and cattail and squash, cattail cucumber squash. Actually, we did a couple of ones in the beginning, just kind of trying them out. But I don't know if I said pigeon pea already. So pigeon pea is kind of like a bean. It's it's kind of like a lentil almost, and it contains a ton of nitrogen. And when fermented, it produces a crazy amount of amino acids and enzymes. So it's great for nitrogen, amino acids, and enzymes are great for veg. So we found that that's a great standalone veg enhancer, nitrogen enhancer. Helps with breakdown of if you have like high pH or nutrient lockout, it helps unlock the nutrients in there with the enzymes. So
essentially, you can just create these, and they're gonna last you about 10 years if you just maintain it. I mean, or even longer. It probably could last your whole life. And because this is like non-explosive, you could actually transport this if you ever were moving or if you needed to go to different farms or such and such. I mean, I know that you sell them online, so it's easily transportable.
Yeah, so you could once it's made, it's easily transportable. But in the process of making it, it's pretty nasty. You got molds, you got really bad smells, and all kinds of different growths on it, going on. So it's it's a process. It's like anything else. Like it's if you got a garage or something, it's good to do in a garage or something like that.
And how much are you running these packs on your site, or where would my viewers buy them?
So heartandsoilproject.com, You can find everything that we have to offer is on heartandsoilproject.com. You can also go to heartandsoilseeds.com. It'll take you to the same website. And they are, I believe, $15, $15 to $17 for the 16 ounce. So very, very inexpensive to try out. If you just wanted to give it a shot on the 16 ounce, the 32 ounce is 25 and 28, I believe. So there's the individuals are 25. If you wanted the blend, it's a couple extra bucks, but yeah, it's basically like $15 to $17 for the 16 ounce, and 25 to 27 for the 32 ounce. So relatively inexpensive if you want to give it a go.
Hey, that's perfect. Honestly, that's easy for my viewers, easy for anyone. It's just a little bit of pocket change, and you got yourself some agricultural boosters. Now, what about your Shilajit and Volvic? How much would that run my viewers?
So those are the 16 ounce is 20, and the 32 ounce is 40. And for both of these products, these are best used in like a living soil setting. And I say that because once you put it in, those microbes and stuff will live in there almost forever if you give them a nice home. They do great in cocoa and peat as well, but you don't need to feed them like very often. It's more of like a boost. So so you don't need a ton of it, I guess is my point. So and they can be used in conjunction with any other nutrient line, especially the Shilajit. The Shilajit can be just if you don't want to mess with the veg, or the bloom blends. I highly still would recommend the Shilajit, even if you're using salts or anything like that. It helps with just uptake and availability of nutrients. So I've seen a lot of people swear by it. And you don't have to use it like every feeding. Maybe like every third or fourth feeding. Some people use it once or twice in veg and once or twice in flour and see great benefits. So just a matter of how much you want to put into it. But yeah, the Shilajit's great product. One that I've been using for years. But the one that I've been using was from the Himalayas, and there's a lot of when you get things from overseas, just in general, you don't know how the things were processed, and a lot of the Shilajit out there is heat processed. So you're heating this stuff up. They're mixing it with other compounds. Whereas the Colorado Shilajit, you can go to coloradoshilajit.com, I believe. Let me see, just one second. See if I can find it. Here we go. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, it's coloradoshilajit.com, and that's SHILAJIT. So,
Hey, congratulations on the partnership, man. That's exciting news. This is a good thing for the community going forward. How long would that last if they just picked up a bag or a couple bags? How long would those last around if let's just say they didn't use it fully?
So the Shilajit
Shilajit.
will last almost indefinitely. The Shilajit will last almost. I mean, I can't imagine it going bad hardly ever. They've actually
Gonna last longer
done
than
tests
us?
on it. Yeah, it's one of those things that's been around before us, and it'll be here after we're gone. After you put it in those pots, and it's not going anywhere. It's like this living plant juice. But yeah, so that stuff will last almost forever. I especially in like a cool in a cool place, out of direct sunlight. These bags, these nutrient solutions, they last up to a year, especially in proper storage. If they get above 75, 78 degrees, they do start to swell up sometimes, but I haven't seen them like, not to the point where they're going to pop or anything like that. But I would keep them, between 60 and 70 degrees, and they'll last for up to a year. I say, use them as soon as possible. They are living, they're an anaerobic microbe, solution. So there are living microbes in here. so yeah, just I say use it within 3 months is like for best usage, for best results, so to speak. But it'll last up to a year.
And when you're well, anybody who buys these, the viewers uses that Shilajit in their, let's just say they use it in their outdoor garden, that soil is just gonna be generationally better every time you use it, and it's gonna stay that way, and so it can be used outdoors probably a lot more proper. It's recycling itself, and it's healing itself. How
And say
well,
yeah, and same thing
what
with
does
like
it do for the outdoor?
yeah, I mean, same thing it would do for an indoor grow. It would regenerate and restore depleted minerals. So it's got like 100 or like 100. I think it's like 87 different minerals or something like that. A lot of different compounds, humic and fulvic compounds, nitrogen, nitrites or nitrates that are beneficial to just soil life in general. Once the shilajit's in there, it actually helps the soil and the ecosystem regenerate and create its own humic and fulvics. So it's kind of like a catalyst, and it's like a multivitamin for the soil kind of thing. So it's great, and it doesn't leave. So once you put it in the soil, it doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of moves around. And the plant, it acts as a conduit between the plant roots and the whatever compound, the nutrient. So it kind of acts as an intermediary and helps them communicate. So when you put it outside, it's you don't. I would say outside you only need to do it once or twice a year, and I think you would really see, especially in like a garden plot, it would make sense, or your any area really. But for a concentration, it'd be good, just to do it in one area, and that way it's not just
And
kind of going wherever you don't want it.
this would bring back maybe some of the bugs and some of the actual natural life that flows through the garden. I know that over the last 10, maybe 20 years, there's been a lot of speculation and proof about how our bugs are disappearing. And what a way to actually bring them back is to actually heal the soil and heal the biology of the
Well, and then
garden. Am I correct?
and grow some and grow yeah, exactly, and grow something in that soil. Like the best way to invigorate the soil is by growing something in it. You'd be amazed, just like grasses, peas, beans, legumes, growing something in it, and then letting that stuff decay. And like that's like the natural system is like growth and decay, growth and decay. And the more growth and decay you have, the more bugs you have, the more worms you have, the healthier your soil is. But yeah, I would say the first thing you want to do is doctor your soil if you got depletions of nutrients or minerals, or you just want to make sure that you have the best. Add some shilajit, add some of these microorganism solutions, make your own microorganism solutions, make your own that potato thing, that potato concoction that I was speaking of earlier. You can do that in a 55-gallon bucket and pour it over your entire garden, and attract those microbes. And that's what's going to really invigorate your soil. But yeah, the shilajit's a piece of the puzzle. It's a necessary piece of the puzzle. Humic and fulvic compounds in general, wherever they're coming from. But it kind of just gives a kickstart to that whole process.
Hey, it's pretty fascinating. Okay, so now we've read about 30 minutes on your new Shilajit and these products. So what have you been doing with new cannabis seeds? What we got going on? Anything new? Anything up in the works?
Yes. So yeah, in the process of doing the skunk hunt over the last 2 years, basically, we had a really strong standout from Sage Master Select, the creator of Sage, Bubblegum, a couple other these other strains. I'm not sure if he created Bubblegum. He worked with it a lot. But what he did is he created a strain called Zeta Sage crossed to 82 Skunk, and that strain really stuck out. And we started working on a project with that with his permission, and obviously, and we did a huge pollination with the Zeta Sage 82 Skunk male, and we made F2s of that strain, along with 20 plus other hybrids, including Gorilla Glue, Oreos, cherry wine as a hemp variety, Black Lime Reserve, Raunchy Runts, a plethora of stuff that we found in the skunk hunt. Just it's a huge project, and we are over the last 2 months we've started releasing testers of that. So that's in the that is progress in the works as we speak. Is all these testers going out. If you want to be a tester, message me, or actually I think the best way would be to email me at banderson@heartandsoilproject.com. If you don't already follow us on Instagram is Heart and Soil Seeds. at Heart and Soil Seeds, and we can get you hooked up with the Discord link and all that. But yeah, we're trying to get as many testers as possible, and yeah, that's kind of one of the newest projects we have going. Along with the second.
And how's this plant look? Really, really fat. Got some purple. How's dark, light?
It's more of a light green. It's a light green strain. So it's if you're familiar with anything from the old school skunk, Zeta Sage, it's skunky, eucalyptus, pine. This one really had just like a lot of like that, just skunky profile, funky. Just like you smell it, it's like like kind of like taking it back, but you like want to go back in, kind of thing. The buds on it, really, really beefy buds on it. But I mean, like I said, it's a light, lime, like a lime green, finisher. One that fades out, kind of yellow, old school. But the buds are really, really like conical, like a cone, and they're really well stacked. The structure on it's really nice. Got really nice side branching, really good vigor, overall yield. Just a really strong standout. Just has those like skunky leaves, kind of like, really, long, really long leaves that kind of hang. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that he works with is like these old school genetics from the 70s and 80s, and that's just a lot of stuff that we're really interested in, crossing a lot of this older stuff, preserving it, and then crossing it with new stuff, like the Oreos and things like that, and making some. We got Pinkleberry, which is a super purple strain. So we're looking to make like a purple skunk, something. And it's all in testing right now. We're going to see what comes out of it. But we're really excited to get these out to the world and get them tested and verified, get some pictures going. And
this sounds like the 80s. I was thinking of Cheech and Chong the whole time, and I can only imagine that they would love that. All of our OGs, they're on that really stanky, skunky. I mean, I hear it. Sometimes you don't really get it that you think you will in the dispensary the way that they say it is. I'm like, nah, so I appreciate that, going back and getting some of these OG genetics, keeping it real, because realistically, these things have changed. There's so much variations, and just being able to dial it back and get that older feel of because personally, there's sometimes where I would take a hit and it just wouldn't hit in the chest proper, wouldn't make my eyes bleed proper. And, once you get that higher level genetics that gets your chest expansion and gets your eyes watery a little bit, it totally hits a little different.
Well, and everyone wants like that runs, the cookies, the stuff that tastes good, that looks good, that tests high. But I tell you what, all that stuff, it misses some of those cannabinoids. There's other cannabinoids in there. There's other flavors and things that affect how high that you get. So like that dispensary weed, a lot of these hype strains, they taste good, they smell good, they're awesome. But then like 30 minutes later, you like have to smoke again because it's like it's all gone. But like some of this old school stuff, you smoke it and like sometimes you like almost, it's like some of that creeper stuff. You like forgot you smoked it, and then all of a sudden you're like high for like hours, and it's like, whoa, man. And it's just, I've smoked some Mozambique stuff, some Peruvian stuff, some Afghan stuff that just wasn't of this, they don't have it in the dispensary, you know, and that's kind of what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to create is something that melds like the old and the new, like preserve the old school, but then bring the new school into the conversation because we all like the new school stuff too. But then, you know, have a lot of options for, you know, the old heads, the new heads, and everyone in between. So yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. You were about to ask something.
Absolutely not. Except what other strains you got, man? Because I hear it, and literally, you know, dude, I just got done with the Kosher Coast and the Calypso Chem, and dude, I mean, literally, these my friends are like, wait, you only worked on this about 50% of the time. They're like, I know people who are doing this 100% of the time, but they don't even look like yours, bro. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, man, this genetics right here. Like, this is that old school smell. This is that real chronic. And I'm like, all right, I get it. I get it from you, and then I get it from my dudes out here, and it's the same. It's just that real, and I appreciate it because literally I'm starting to use it for my CBD or my weed butter now, and it's a different vibe. I know when would be using CBD from the dispensary, but I mean, I've been using it for the last 3 years. One of these companies, Skagit Organics, they do a pretty good job. They make some of the best RSO. I guess it's actually some of the best RSO in the country by statistics, and it's really fire, right? But like, there's just something missing. I can definitely tell that there's, I don't know, just a complete height
Like
of these CBDs and
all the
terpenes and stuff.
yeah
It's
different
yeah,
terp
because
yeah different
I'll wake
terpenes.
up in the morning, right, every day, and I'll eat my green eggs and ham, man. I'll put a little bit of weed butter on my pan, have some eggs with the weed, you know, and it's perfect. I mean, considering over the last few years, our physiology and our biochemistry and our the how healthy our brain is actually under attack the most it's ever been in the last few years, right? So, you know, I just found out, you know, one of the best ways to combat that would be to eat some weed butter in the mornings. For all my viewers at home, if you were just wondering how to have a blast of a day from the moment you start and not really feel sick, not be tied down with energy, not dwell upon your freaking horrible thoughts that TV is feeding you. If you just want to have a positive day, it's weed butter. It's healthy. You got the CBDs. The CBDs activate your CBD system in your body, and when you have some proper genetics, like my boy can provide right here, it actually recreates that spirituality for me. Like I said, the last 3 years I've been using these dispensary CBDs, and it just felt like on my spiritual side it wasn't really hitting. I mean, I'll be honest, I've been smoking for like 11 years. I've tried all different flavors, medical, recreational, street, horrible mersh type, red bud, all that. It's so, I mean, I've done smoked everything, right? And there's really some spirituality that is revived when you have some real homegrown and it's clean. I mean, literally, my dreams will be up there. I wake up and I'm waking up out of a dream, and then my whole day's on a floaty ride, floaty vibe. I'm very connected to the world, very connected to what's happening between other people. I can feel other people, read other people, and you know, like I said, the last 3 years it's been tough for everybody. Me, you, our friends, family at home, the whole world, all the countries. We see it. It's just one way that we can help ourselves is in the morning. A little bit of green eggs and ham. I bet Dr. Seuss made those stories after that, man. Yeah,
I
honestly,
bet you had a little can of butter in those eggs, I think.
yeah, I appreciate that. And so, what other strains we got going on?
Yeah, so we're doing the Ancient Aliens line is really exciting and relatively new. We got a bunch of awesome stuff coming out of that one. Intergalactic Encounter. Um, what other ones do we have that I haven't forgot about? Reeking Raymond. So this is a Raymond skunk across the 91 Cincy skunk across the Ancient Aliens. And Ancient Aliens is Mac 1 crossed to Afghan Punch crossed to Afghan Hindu Kush. So there's a lot of Afghan in there. There's some Mac in there. There's some Peruvian Punch, which is one of our staple strains. So it's kind of like a culmination of some of my favorite things: Afghan, Peruvian Punch, and Mac One. And it stacks, packs. It's really skunky, funky, really big buds, early finisher. Probably our earliest finishing strain. Around 9 weeks in most cases. Yeah. So we did. We had a bunch of those. Then we got another Ancient Aliens the second round of those just dropped. They're not available on the website yet. We're working on artwork and stuff like that for those, but they are available for people who want them. They've been tested. The most beautiful one that I've seen, they all have great potential, but the prettiest one and the best feedback I've gotten is on the Afghan Hindu Kush V2, which is the Peruvian Punch back cross, cross to Ancient Aliens. And that one has been like black leaves, like purple trichomes, like purple to the bud, like really dark, really short, flowering time, really strong kush and like incense and like musty grape terpene profile. That I think, that's probably some of the stuff I'm most excited about that's coming down the pipeline. So, and all this stuff can be purchased, except for those last ones I just mentioned, on the website. But if you want to message me or email me, I'm always happy to dip into the private stock and the behind the scenes gear, for the listeners here. So just hit me up at banderson@heartandsoilproject.com. Ask us what we got, and I'll get you the goods.
Hey, yeah, anybody, you can actually hit me up too, and I'll go ahead and patch you through. I'll link you up. Hey, so I seen just recently your Mozambique is running low. What do you got left?
So
should my viewers hurry up and get those?
Yeah, as of before we hopped on here, we have 2 packs of the Ruby Runner. So that's, I'll show you a picture of it. These are actually the last 2 packs here.
I might want one. Oh man.
Yeah, so it's Platinum OG across that Mozambique heirloom, and then we also have the Tourist Tan, and we have a good amount of those. I think like 30 or something like that left. But the Tourist Tan is Redheaded Stranger, custom Mozambique heirloom. They're both pretty sativa dominant. If you're looking for like that, they're like old school sativa, but like African sativa, African haze, like longer flowering in most cases. But yeah, kind of some more rare genetics. That, like I said,
so everybody
love
those.
Will probably be gone soon.
Is that what it is? Has you had this from the launch? And you just kind of running low.
So I've had this one for I think 3 years now. We made a lot of seeds. People have just been, eventually they run out, right? Eventually they get purchased. So, but yeah, we're running a sale today and tomorrow. It's been going for the last couple of days. $30 packs on the website. They're normally $80. So, and if you put in the coupon code FLYFREE, you will get free shipping as well. So coupon code FLYFREE, $30 packs, and then that's going on today and tomorrow. But so, the taste the rainbow line is really smacking as well for anybody who really likes those fruity terps and a lot of color in their grows, a lot of purples, orange, reds. The Taste the Rainbow line is something that's really nice as well.
Yeah, go check that Taste the Rainbow out. I hear a lot about it, and it's gonna be great if you get this. So you just said that Mozambique is running low, and I remember that Egyptian strain. It wasn't really working out. What is up with the African genetics? Are you running low? Are we gonna expect something new from Africa pretty soon, or have you ventured out into some other countries? So, I mean, personally, I started seeing a lot more people adapt some Thai strains in, and is there anything up in the future? Maybe some Russian strains.
The next ones that we're working with right now are some some Jamaican strains, some lamb's bread and king's bread. So I think we're probably going to end up moving forward with the lamb's bread. Apparently, the lamb's bread is a strain from
Bob Marley.
that Bob Marley talks about. Yeah. So and this one in particular, we found a couple of phenos that actually, whenever you like, top them or or pinch them or whatever, if they break or whatever, the liquid inside is red or purple. So it's like very very unique and very rare.
Unique.
Very
And so,
rare.
what would the feelings be after this? This is more euphoria, maybe more towards that pineal gland.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, this is just the veg plant. It's just interesting. It's just like it does point to the fact that something is different about this plant. Like, it is some sort of, a land race heirloom, something that's like not typical, that I've been growing for 10 years, and I've been um, I've seen a lot of different strains and cut on a lot of different strains. I've seen one other strain in my life do this, and it wasn't this dark. This is like Clonex gel, like the purple Clonex gel. It's like that color when it comes out, and it's really interesting. So I'm really excited about those, and I'm always looking for new stuff. But it's always important for me to like verify genetics and like from like legitimate sources if possible. Not just if possible, legitimate sources, and growing them out myself, and then finding them, unique, varieties to move forward with,
Is
despite
this
their
lamb?
location. But yeah, we worked with an Egypt. Yeah,
Is this lamb's bread something that you would think that I don't know, the shamans and the priests over there would be smoking on Jamaica? Is there any type of tribalistic ritual that
I
these
can't.
people are commonly doing
I
over
can't
there
really
in
speak. Yeah,
Jamaica?
I can't really speak to. I can't really speak to any of that on this particular strain. I mean, I know that Rastafari is a very individual religion, and people practice it very differently depending on you as a person and what Rastafari and job means to you. So I think that
Yeah.
there are priestesses. And I think it's a little bit less of a organized religion than we think of when we think of religion. The Rastafari.
Yes, so yeah, the Rastafarianism, for my viewers, there's some speculation about the ancient traditions of this actually kind of having an influence with Christianity and cannabis. I'm not sure exactly how it fits all together, but they would smoke a lot of cannabis and also have this very, very strong connection and so we would see that these peacemakers over there in Jamaica, these people who are feeling high and blessed and think of love and be wise. They actually have their tradition stemming from some ancient religious practice that's very much familiar with what I actually know about cannabis and the way I practice spirituality myself. I do find myself very much in connection with the way that like our ancient cultures use this. No matter where you went across earth, they would love cannabis. They loved each other. They would go out and garden. They practice positive things and giving thanks to the world and being grateful and being supportive of all of it. Your family, nature, animals, and we have this like connection to nature. And I'm not saying nature worship, but no, like on an actual scientific, spiritual level, we do. And Jamaicans, they were along with it. I see that you have a knack for some spiritual strains. That kosher coast definitely is a good one. Where did you get that kosher kush, by the way?
The kosher Kush I obtained while I was working at Kind Love. They had a bunch of different strains, and yeah, the kosher Kush was one of them.
Yeah,
And
so I
that's
mean, so the kosher Kush from its origin was one of the original strains blessed by a rabbi, and so I with strain legitimacy having that blessed by a rabbi as a strain it's something that's uncommon. Maybe it taps into this conscious network in a different way than we understand.
yeah. I mean, the kosher Kush is like, I mean, it was bred by DNA genetics. I mean, it's just like it was. It wasn't necessarily anything to do with the Jewish faith. So it was
Oh
more of like
no! Oh no!
more of a marketing more of a marketing
Oh
standpoint.
man!
So
I
yeah,
really wish it happened to be blessed by a rabbi though. That would just make it so
and
much
I'm
cooler
sure,
and
and
probably. I mean,
maybe they did have like something. I mean, there's been thousands of kosher Kush seeds, circulated over the last 10 years or something. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a great strain. It's I don't want to knock it at all, but I don't necessarily know if the rabbis would condone. I, I can't speak to that.
it's all
I'm not
good.
sure.
So this lamb's bread, are you actually trying to make a CBD blend with it? I know that you cross some things with CBD sometimes. Is it CBD compatible, or does it already have like high CBDs?
Well, I haven't had it tested. I'm in the process of growing it right now, so it's in the early phases of finding out what's what. Um, but the main CBD strain that I have right now is cherry wine, and we're looking across a bunch of different things to the cherry wine because a lot of people are looking for what they're calling type 2 cannabis. You got like type 1, which is traditional cannabis, and then you have like type 3 cannabis, which is like CBD and hemp stuff, and you got type 2, which is like a combination of the two. And they're not. It's not really legal to grow in the hemp market, but like a lot of people don't necessarily want to grow it on a commercial level either. So it's this weird middle ground. But there's a lot of people like you and me that want to medicate, want to help their families and things like that. So we're going to start creating more and more strains for that category. We did the shaman, which was the early one with the Peruvian, and then ayahuasca queen, which was another one with the Lucy strain and the Peruvian. Those were type 2 cannabis, but that was the first project we did over almost 5 years ago. So those have been gone for a while, but we actually just popped those in a recent germination over the last week. So we'll be introducing those to the lineages as well. So we'll hopefully have a little bit of everything for everybody between pure cherry wine, pure CBD, full spectrum CBD. We also offer feminized hemp seeds on the website right now. A Magic Bullet 5 feminized seeds, and then we have high THC, obviously. But we're looking to do a little bit of everything. The high THC combined with some of these CBD strains, just like you said, to create some really cool medicine for people. So
What would be salvia and afghanica? What types would they be?
salvias, you mean sativa?
No, salvia, the cannabis cousin, right? Isn't it? That the hallucinogenic one.
Uh, oh yeah. So salvia. Yeah, I mean, I used to smoke that back in high school. It make you feel like you're, blasting off for 30 seconds or something. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't really get a high off it when I did. I just took a
did you
very
smoke the
small
plant?
rip.
Did you smoke the plant? Or did you smoke the
What
concentrate?
you I
Did
put
you
it
smoke
in, it was like
the
a bowl. I put the bowl in a pipe.
was it like
Yeah, the
the
herb.
salvia plant, or because there's the salvia herb, and there's like the 5x, there's like 3x concentration, 5x, 10x concentration. And whenever I was a kid, we used to get like, it was like this gray powder. It was like the salvia powder, and you put it on a bowl, and it was like, it's a whole other thing. So yeah, but
Would it tap into the
yeah,
spirituality?
that
Like how is it compared to cannabis? I mean, just for the shits and giggles.
it's short term. It's more short term, and it makes you feel weird. It makes you like it makes you feel weird. For me personally, um, it was just like I didn't do it. I did it a couple
Was it
times in
like a
high school.
disassociative?
Yeah, it was like you weren't really there. It was like kind of like you were dreaming for a second. Like if you've ever been like knocked unconscious or something, and
Yeah.
you feel like you're out for like you could have been out for hours, but you were really just out for like 10 seconds or something. That's kind of how it is. Like you take the hit of salvia, and then you're like, you're like, "Oh," for like 10 seconds, and like in your brain you're like,
So
ooh, like
what would you
having a
see?
dream or something.
Would you kind of see another world, or your
For
current
for
world
me it
start
was like
changing?
dark. For me it was like dark. It was just like all darkness, and some people saw like bad things. I wouldn't say
Oh,
anybody
that
saw
was my next question.
anything good. I didn't really
So
hear
it
anybody
would
like, oh, like,
attract dark vibes.
I think so. Yeah, it felt like that to me. And it was we were doing it like at night, and we were like sneaking out to like smoke this, do whatever. So like, we were probably like on edge anyways. But I did it like maybe like 3 or 4 times, and then I was like, I did like the lighter stuff, and then moved up to like the stronger concentrations. And I think I did like a 10x concentration one time, and I was just like, all right, I'm good. And then I hear like DMT, and it's like kind of like salvia, but like the next level where you like go to see the other dimensions and stuff. And I'm like, I think I'm sticking to weed and mushrooms just for now.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about these entheogens. With them being legalized now, there is a lot of emphasis on the spiritual, I guess you would say, attachments or visualizations or influence, from these outside realms. And all these things, they open us up. So when the term cannabis is a gateway drug, it's kind of a bad look on the way entheogens are really. They're all gateway drugs. So, we open ourselves up to different gates, dimensions, visual spectrums, and to understand that salvia brings dark entities, but then we got the cousin over here on the other side attracting light entities. What a conundrum. I mean, to even dial it back even further, cannabis and hops were once a plant together, like 100,000 years
cousins.
ago, and
They're cousins. They're cousins. So they share lineage, but they weren't the same. But they were hops and cannabis are cousins. Yeah.
Well, I just seen some more research that they actually a million years ago they were actually on the same vine, the same plant, or maybe that's what they're speculating, right? So
yeah,
it's just
I
interesting.
haven't seen that one, but yeah, but it's kind of like humans and monkeys. It's like they weren't ever really the same. They just kind of went these different ways. So they're related, but yeah, they have a lot of different of the same compounds, which is really interesting.
And it all stems from this tree of life that we've all grown from. We're all headed to, we're branching out, we're doing all sorts of great things. And with that, I think this Apple is coming to an end, my friend. And so let my viewers know where they can find you. And, what else you got going on? Are you going to be out in Colorado doing some more, things, I guess, for the viewers, like community things?
So yeah, the best place to tap in is the Discord. But you can go on, if you're on Instagram, you can go on Heart and Soil at Heart and Soil Seeds, at Heart and Soil CBD, or at Heart and Soil Project V2. They're all 3 of those accounts are mine. It's just to make sure in case one gets shut down, we got a couple backups. But you find us on there. You can kind of follow us along on there. Look at pictures. If you have any questions, you can message me there, and that's a good place to message me to get the Discord link. You can also find a lot of different links through the link in our bio there on our Instagram. There's a link to my email. There's a link to a bunch of different podcasts that I've done. There's a link to the seedfinder.eu, where you can find information on up to 40 of my strains right now. The website, the Discord. So that's a good place to kind of get a lot of different information. But once you get in the Discord, as the community vibe is there. We do a Sunday sesh, every Sunday. If you want to tap into that, usually around 2:00 Mountain Standard Time. Those are we're really trying to foster community in that space. But yeah, we're gonna be those are good places to link in with the community and stay in tune and in touch with all the things going on our schedule, all the farmers markets we're going to be attending, the seed exchange. We're going to be having some Growcast meetups, a couple different events. So that's those are the 2 places. You can always email me at banderson@heartandsoilproject.com. That's probably the most accessible place. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to answer them. Like I said, the website, heartandsoilproject.com. Stickers equal seeds on the website. If you see stickers, just know that you're getting a pack of seeds. That's just for credit card processor reasons. And, with every pack of seeds, or with every order you place for stickers, you get a free pack of seeds. We'll just put it that way. The nutrients can be found on that same website.
And once again, the coupon code is we fly high, or what is it?
Oh,
Fly
so
high.
the coupon code for free shipping is fly free for free shipping, and you don't need a code right now for the $30 sale that's going on today and tomorrow. But after that sale is over, if this is running for a little bit, and because it ends on the 15th, the sale ends on the 15th. But if it's after the 15th, you still want to grab some packs, you can enter the coupon code Bonanza, and that'll get you 30% off. So hopefully that helps, and give you a chance to give us a try on the low. So look forward to earning your business.
Hey, and with that, we call today. Hey, God bless, my friend. This was an amazing time, and we will have you back here in a couple weeks or a couple months, whichever you decide. Hey, you have a great day. Be blessed and be high. Thank you.
Yep. Take care, man. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Peace. All right, guys, you heard that. It has been an hour long. I will go get some food, and I'm going to bring some news to you back in a couple hours. So stay tuned for that, and you have a great day. Oh, just before we leave, go check out my sponsors below. TweedleFarms.com for all your best hemp, CBDs, concentrates, vaporizers, oils, tinctures, lotions. They got a little bit of everything. You know you want some sensual lotion for tonight's Valentine's Day. Well, you know where to go get it. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 20% off your order for that lotion. You know, it's going to help you coasting with your lady with the wine glasses toasting. Hey, check it out. Thank me later. Also, visit boomerboost.com and use coupon code Joe30 for 30% off your order of all the supplements, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and probiotics that you need. Literally, get your gut right, your mind right, your body right, man. I went to the gym today. It was dead. Probably because of Super Bowl Sunday sluggishness that everybody be on, man. I wasn't on that. I'll tell you what, I was out there working, sweating, doing my thing, and I'm looking around. I'm like, where are these cats at? Usually it's pretty packed when I go, so it's just probably that Super Bowl Sunday stuff. I'll be honest. I mean, you know how it is. Just get your body right, and you will feel energized. You will not feel sluggish. Remember, Joe30 at boomerboost.com for 30% off your order. Also, go check out naturalaction.com and use coupon code 509DP-10 for 10% off your orders, 2,500 or less, and coupon code 509DP-20 for coupon code that is worth 20% off your order for $2,500 or more. If you want a 30% coupon code, hit me up. These guys got water ionizers, mineralization drops, and everything you need to get your house, business, or on the go water supply right. With everything that's been going on, we just seen the Ohio Railroad destruction cause water damage to the Ohio River. We cannot let that happen. And the only thing that we can do is, get some nice water ionizers on the side. Yes, you're going to need some water filters. But if you also just want to make sure that everything's a little bit more packed with energy and not just drowned out with negative electricity, yeah, use this. Like I said, DM me for a 30% coupon code. And go get yourself an aqua cure from George Wiseman's eagle-research.com. This stuff is the best. This is technology that is used all around the world right now in Japan, Saudi Arabia, China, these highly technologically advanced places that, the malls are super malls. I'm sure here in America you can find them in some places. Now I know for sure you can look in America's holistic doctors' offices, and yeah, these guys got them for sure. This is a water electrolyzer Brown's gas machine that will recharge your system and keep your water to a super state. Yes, everyone's talking about superfoods. Well, super water is a thing too. George Wiseman has spent 20 years working on this, and my God, this is a powerful tool to help shape your health into the best that it possibly can be. Use coupon code 509 Divine Pines for 20% off your order at eagle-research.com, and thank me later. I love you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your sister, your brother. Tell them that this channel is the best. 509 Divine Pines got you guys right. I want you guys living fly high in the light and healthy, shining bright. Peace out. Be blessed and be high. See you next time on the 509 Divine Pines. Well, see you next time at the 509 Divine Pines. Peace.
Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught up in the loop. Got up out it cause I found the truth. Woke up to a beauty of the day, the sun is shining, so I'm finna stay. Sitting, soaking up all of the rays, till I feel it surging through my brain like some booger sugar. Did a lot of cane, experimented with it, couldn't name all the times I did it, feeling like a fade. Yeah, I'm really glad that I let it go, cause I gotta be prepped for the time when the plane ride is a new norm. So I know I'm gonna stay high, blaze on the ganja, feeling like I make my music go to another level while I take off. I can't ever stop this, fell in love with it, fit like a glove, so I'm never ever done with it. So now I'm about to rip another beat, ayy. One day I'll make a million in a week, yeah, shooting for the top spot, feel like I'm a hot shot, like I really got a chance with it. I will not flop, somebody gonna make a dance when I pop off, gonna have all the bitches taking all the tops off. I've been feeling like I'm really gonna kill it for the rest of my life, so I've been staying focused. In my soul, I've been feeling like $1 million, so I know that everything is really getting closer. Yeah, no posers, only been hanging with the ones I've chosen. Only all the people that are living in the right way, cause they spending every day growing. Yeah, no whole shit coming in my life and then leaving in a moment. That's the shit I'll never let into my life again, cause lately I've been feeling like I'm golden. Never showboat, I just showcase on my music that I made this far. Always knew that I could be the one that would get this far. Now I'm right here looking in my mirror, trying to figure out if there's any more fear, cause I'm getting rid of it all, yeah, I'm getting rid of it all. Meditating, analyzing everything I see, so I see new horizons. Took the acid, feeling blasted in my brain, so I've been sitting up inside it, thinking about the present and the future. I'm improving cause I am a trooper, never getting caught.